Welcome to Bloomington Today. I'm Kaylin Cockreel. Thanks for joining us. Historically, this time of year has been one of the most deadly for Minnesota teens as we approach prom and graduation season. Parents are encouraged to set strict rules during this time to prevent teens from participating in dangerous driving behaviors like drinking, texting, and not wearing seatbelts. But there's only so much that can be told to a teenager. Sometimes it takes seeing a tragedy for themselves for the message to really sink in. That's what the Bloomington Police Department had in mind when they teamed up with Jefferson High School to create a mock crash. These staged accidents demonstrate a realistically gruesome crash scene. Theatrically bloodied student actors are pulled from mounds of twisted metal. Rescue personnel then go to work, handling the devastating situation as they would any other.
I've been a cop for 23 years, and I can tell you that the scenario that you're about to see unfolds every year at this time of year. And it's one of the saddest, most tragic things that you could ever go to as a police professional, as a paramedic, as a fireman, to have to go through something like this. And when everything is all cleaned up, to have to go and make the long walk up to your mom or dad's door, knock on the door, telling them that instead of having a night that you'll remember for the rest of your lives, that they've got a night that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives because their kid is not going to make it home now.
The 2011 mock crash preparation at Jefferson High School started long before the actual demonstration began.
I think the importance of doing a mock crash is to give the kids and the community an idea of what it takes, what happens when people drink and drive, the results, the horrible results of drinking and driving, and the aftermath of that. And what we'd like to try to show is exactly that. We actually moulage the kids and kind of get that emotional feeling ramped up and give them an idea of what it would be like to lose a friend.
Student actors are rounded up and prepped on the scenario they'll be reenacting. They then get into character even further by applying makeup and artificial blood to their bodies and clothes. Actors are then placed on and around the crashed vehicles, making the scene look as real as possible, even offering some insight on why they're participating in the event.
I'm doing this because drunk driving is a terrible thing, and no one should. Right. No one should be drinking and driving, especially on prom night.
Then the students begin to file out to watch the gruesome scene unfold. To set the scene, here are 2 carloads of prom-going teens. One driver has been drinking, and a collision has taken place. This is an exact replica of how police, paramedics, and fire crews would conduct themselves on an identical real-life accident, one that unfortunately Bloomington officers say they see almost every year around this time. A 911 call is made. When emergency personnel arrive, they survey the scene to see who has the most immediate need for medical attention. Crews then go to work, stabilizing and gaining access to all the injured teens, even using the jaws of life. Some of the kids are taken away in ambulances. Others are more gravely injured and are airlifted from the scene of the mock accident as a North Air Care medical helicopter touches down 100 feet away. One student is removed from the wreckage and taken away in a hearse. The students' faces after seeing the mock crash unfold were a mix of emotion, shock, horror, and disbelief. The scariest realization, surely, is that the same scenario could happen to someone they know, or even themselves.
Obviously, if we can save some kids from making wrong decisions at prom time or any time during the year, we think it's important to do that. And this is a good example of what can happen and we just like to see kids avoid that.
Mock crashes are all about educating and bringing awareness to an epidemic taking many young lives. This crash was made possible by a joint collaboration with Abra Auto Body, who donated the cars, Liberty Mutual, Alina Medical, Washburn McCreevy Funeral Home, as well as all the police and fire personnel who helped out. In 2008, it became illegal in Minnesota for drivers to read, text, or access the internet on a wireless device while driving. At that time, it also became illegal for anyone under the age of 18 to use a cell phone while behind the wheel. The Bloomington Police Department want to remind area youth of those restrictions through a powerful video during this dangerous time of year.
The reason the video is significant is that it appeals to teenagers. It's recent, it's timely, and it's people who are involved in these type of incidents talking about their personal stories, and that's what's going to hammer the point home. It's a very, very touching video. I haven't talked to anyone who's seen the video and left with dry eyes, and that's exactly what teenagers need to hear.
My name is Grant Hendricks. I'm a trooper with the Missouri State Highway Patrol. I'm at the site of Mariah West's accident. Mariah's vehicle traveled across this median and ended in striking the bridge that you can see behind me.
When I got to the scene, her face was disfigured from sliding down the roadway. It's funny, the first thing I noticed about her was her shoes. Lying in the roadway in a large pool of blood, I noticed her shoes, and I thought, this is a young girl. That's the first thing I thought when I saw this. And at that point is when I noticed her cap and gown was still in her car. She was going to graduate the next day. It was just a really horrific scene, all because of a senseless text message. It's just sad. Sorry, it's just sad.
Ashley would text hundreds of messages every day. That was the way we kept in touch. We would definitely text more than we talked.
Mariah was a multitasker extraordinaire.
She could text better than anyone I know. She could be having one conversation with me, completely focused, while having a text conversation with somebody else.
When you do something 7,000 times a month, you tend to learn where those 26 letters are.
We would be at school, at home, movies, bowling, driving.
Not even looking at her phone.
Just simple, insignificant,
useless, whatever it may be.
About anything and everything.
Just a way to pass the time.
It didn't matter where we were constantly texting. This is my sister. She was looking at my message that I had just sent her. When she looked up, she had clipped the median on the left-hand side of the road. Her truck flipped, and as it was flipping, she was actually ejected through the driver's side door, and she landed in the ditch about 300 feet from her truck. People will tell you over and over again, it's not your fault. But knowing that you were the person that she was talking to when she was killed. Just knowing, having a highway patrol officer write in a report that a text message sent at 12:05 is the reason that she is dead is not something that will ever go away. If I could talk to her one last time, I would just say, I'm sorry. This is her cell phone that she used in the accident. 4 little letters. That's what killed her.
never really think about it, but people associate drinking and driving as a dangerous thing. Your vision's impaired, your judgment's impaired. But if you look at texting and driving, your vision's not even there. You're not even looking at the road. If someone would ask me to drive down the road and close your eyes for 5 seconds or 6 seconds, I would never even attempt that. But then if someone asks, read this text message and respond to that in about the same length of time, well, that would be no problem. I'd done that numerous times in the past before this accident. I was on my way home. I had my girlfriend in the car, and I'm just reading a text message, responding. I was looking up every couple seconds or so, like I always did. And I just hear a loud scream next to me, and the next second I look up and I see a bicyclist crashing the windshield. When I got out of the car, he didn't have a pulse, he wasn't breathing. He wasn't alive. There are no words to describe the level of grief, the level of depression and self-hatred I was going through. My first year of college, I just remember one girl recognizing me and saying, oh, I remember hearing about you. You're that guy who hit the bicyclist because you were texting and driving. That was actually the day before I ended up going to the hospital for emotional problems. I sent one stupid, meaningless text, LOL, and killed a man.
People don't realize it could just take 3 seconds. I was going to the movies and the car just went directly into a tree and it was a direct collision. I was the passenger. I collided with the tree on my right temple and I was declared dead on the scene 3 times. I used to be able to drive. I used to be able to go for walks. I used to be able to run around town by myself. I used to have a job. I was normal. And all this I cannot do anymore because they had the text. This is the text message that changed my life forever.
The day before her graduation, my daughter drove to go meet a boy, and she never made it. Today, she would have been 19 years old, exactly.
Mariah never wanted a minute to go by that she wasn't doing something. She wanted to do everything all at one time with friends and family and just having a good time. That's what she loved.
Friends would tell me from school that, you know, the best part of the day at school was Mariah coming down the hall because she'd stop to give everyone a hug. Okay, guys, in honor of Mariah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mariah.
She had met a guy who played baseball, and one evening she just spontaneously got in her car and said, hey, I'm gonna come watch his game. He was texting her to tell her directions of where she needed to go.
And I guess she just looked away for too long. Where are you at, you know? Like that was it.
One of her friends had no idea that she had been in an accident, so he kept texting. We ended up having to send him a text back to say, please stop. She's in critical condition in the hospital, and we don't know if she'll even make it.
She always worked her magic, you know, and still to this day, Without her being here, she's so much still a part of our lives every day.
She was our sunshine. She really was. She was.
It's a simple text message. Where are you at? 3 simple words.
She paid the ultimate price for her actions. I've had to do this more than once. Mariah is not the only victim that I've dealt with. And it never gets any easier. And it won't get any easier. What is worth losing your life over? That text message?
Particularly during this very dangerous time that we see every year, people doing the same behaviors, not wearing their belts, driving while distracted, driving after having drinks. We're trying to send the message, enough is enough, stop doing these behaviors, and you can maybe save a life, maybe your own.
To see this video again in its entirety, visit the city's Facebook page. We'll also have the video available on the city's website. It's now time for a short break. When we return, we're joined by Recreation Supervisors Carrie Hemp and Ann Mozak to talk with us about some of Bloomington's most popular summer activities you may want to get your kids involved with. Stay with us.
Filing for Social Security online. 9 out of 10 experts agree it's groovier than a Brooklyn hot dog. Or crêpe Suzette.
When cousins are 2 of a kind.
Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Parks and Recreation Supervisors Carrie Hemp and Ann Mozak. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Well, first off, why don't you two tell us a bit about your roles within the Parks and Recs division?
Well, I run the Aquatic Center in Bush Lake Beach, and then in the winter I do the outdoor skating rink program.
Okay.
I am Carrie Hemp, and I'm in charge of all of our youth and family programs. I take care of our adaptive programs, inclusion programs, special events, concessions contracts.
Oh, wow. So, lots of hats.
Yes.
The city of Bloomington offers so many different activities for people of all ages year-round. And now that we're heading into summer and kids are being let out of school, we want to discuss some upcoming summer activities that parents might be interested in getting their kids involved with. So just talk about some of the different things that are going on now within the city. I know there's a ton.
Well, summertime, a lot of people think about swimming, the pool. So we have the Bloomington Family Aquatic Center, and that opens June 11th, Saturday, June 11th at 11 a.m. So we're really excited about that. And then we also have Bush Lake Beach. It also opens Saturday the 11th at 11 a.m. We have lifeguards on duty until 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. So for the different aquatics programs, you know, it's not, there are other things offered rather than just, you know, come on in and swim. Talk about some of the specific things within the Aquatic Center or Bush Lake Beach that that families can participate in.
Well, like you had mentioned, we do have open swim at the Aquatic Center. It's 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. weekdays, 11 to 7 weekends and holidays. And we have morning lap swim starting at 10 a.m. And then we have evening lap swim starting at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's Monday through Thursday.
Okay, so that the lap swim might not be as commonly known about. That actually takes off a section of the pool, so other people.
Correct. We at least have 2 lanes for lap swim during those times.
Okay. All right. What about swim lessons? A lot of parents, want to make sure their kids get comfortable in the water.
Yes. We have 2 sessions of swimming lessons this summer. The first session starts July 11th, and they're either at 9:30 or 10 a.m. in the morning, depending on the level. We offer parent-child, preschool, and learn to swim levels 1 through 6.
Okay. All right. And then those are taught by lifeguard certified instructors.
WSI instructors, water safety instructors through the Red Cross.
Perfect. Okay. How about you, Carrie? Any events that jump out at you?
Well, we have a lot of programs in the summer. One of our most popular programs would be our playground program. That is at 7 different sites throughout the city. We have, it's on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 9 to 4 every day. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, they have the opportunity to go on some field trips. Wednesday are destinations that we go to. Some may include bowling, going to places like Grand Slam, vertical endeavors we're going to do this year. And then on Fridays, we have swim trips where we go to the Bloomington Family Aquatic Center or Bush Lake Beach.
Oh, great. What goes on when you're not field tripping?
Yes, at the playgrounds, the kids can come out and they can come and play at the parks. We have staff at each of the parks. So they come in, our staff get them engaged, get them involved, and it's a very affordable program as well. It's $60 for the whole entire summer.
Wow.
8 weeks of programming.
Wow.
So along with that, we do have another site that is our Valley View site, and that's for ages 6 through 10. The kids can come to that site, but they can come Monday through Friday to that site. So it's a little bit more, the cost is $100 for the whole summer. At that site, they play and have fun during the morning. And then in the afternoons, they go over to the aquatic center every afternoon that they can, that the weather's nice. They go over and go swimming there as well.
Wow.
So another program that we have is our Summer Spectrum program. It's class type settings. That's a Monday through Friday program. From 9:30 to 12:30, and that's a partnership between the school district, the city, and the Bloomington Theater and Art Center. So we have many different class offerings that you can sign up for on a weekly basis as well.
Wow.
So some other things that we have going on this summer, we also have our team tennis program, which is a great program for kids to not learn tennis if they have some introductory knowledge of tennis, and they come in and they practice 3 days a week with a coach, and then they go and they're able to compete with different teams throughout the Twin Cities area 1 day a week as well. And that deadline is fast approaching. It's Wednesday, May 25th. So that's one that we are looking to get some more people involved with. We also have developed a new program over the last couple years, which has been a partnership with the city, the school district, Oak Grove Presbyterian Church, Normandale United Methodist Church as well. We've received grants from Bloomington Crime Prevention to offer a playground partnership program, and that's held when there's not very much program that's going on throughout the city. So that's held the week of 4th of July because most of our programs are shut down. And then the last 2 weeks before school starts, and we have that at 2 sites. It's at Smith Park and at Westwood Park, and that's a free program. So you could try out the program, our regular playground program, at that program as well. So
and see if you like it to
exactly
go for the whole thing next summer.
Yes.
Well, great.
We also have one other one, which is Camp Coda. We have limited spaces available. With that program, you really want to sign up right away when our sign-up date is usually in March.
Okay. What kind of things does Camp Coda?
Camp Coda, they run Monday through Friday. They have an overnight where the kids get to camp out in tents on Thursday nights, but otherwise we keep them very involved in singing lots of songs and having a lot of fun.
Well, how can people go about signing up for these activities? Even, next summer's activities, when should people start looking for these programs, sign-ups to start, payments getting in, things like that?
I was going to say, as for admissions to the pool, we do start selling pool season passes June 8th. It's the Wednesday before we open, so they can beat the rush, Saturday when everyone's trying to get their passes. If they do purchase a pass prior to opening day, they do get $1 off. And then that's for residents. And then for anyone that has any type of season pass, non-residents and residents, if they bring in their old card, we can reactivate it and they get another $1 off. So it's a good reminder to find those cards from last year and bring them in, and it will save them $1.
For all of the summer program offerings, we do our super sign up usually mid-March. All of our materials are available usually towards the mid to end of February. So we are heavy in our registration time right now. You can get any information on the website, the city's website, at www.ci.bloomington.mn.us. And you can also do a keyword search to sign up online, which is online registration on the website as well. Or you can call our office at 952-563-8877.
Perfect. Well, we'd like to thank Carrie Hemp and Ann Mozak from the Parks and Recreations Division for being here today with us. For a complete list of program dates, times, and pricing information, visit the city's website. It's time now for a short break. We'll be right back.
We can't do it without you. Join the March for Babies and help us give every baby a healthy start.
Welcome back, everyone. As promised, we're keeping you up to date on events happening within Bloomington's South Loop area. On this week's In the Loop segment, we'll tell you about one event that isn't your average circus. On May 26th, OVO by Cirque du Soleil opens at the Mall of America at 8 p.m. OVO is a show that dives headfirst into a colorful ecosystem teeming with life, where elaborately costumed insects are busy working, eating, crawling, fluttering, playing, and fighting in a non-stop riot of energy and movement. This is an event you won't want to miss. It'll take place in the North Lot of the Mall of America. For ticket and time information, visit www.cirquedusoleil.com. Continue to tune in to Bloomington Today, where we'll keep you in the loop about upcoming events happening within South Loop. Well, that's all the time we have for today. For more information on city projects, parks, road construction, and events, visit the city's website. To check out past Bloomington Today shows or other city productions, visit Bloomington's YouTube channel, accessible right from the city's homepage. That and so much more is online right now at www.ci.bloomington.mn.us. If Facebook or Twitter isn't your thing, sign up for eSubscribe to have updates sent right to your email or cell phone. This is Bloomington Today, a presentation of the City of Bloomington's Communications Division. I'm Kaylin Cockrell. Thanks so much for joining us.